This archive weren't built for attention. It was built for truth. Every image, every post, every breakdown exists to document what was done to a child. Without exaggeration, without distortion. This isn't about drama. It's about dignity. Because when the noise fades and the headlines disappear, what remains is the record. And that record matters. It matters to the people who were silent. It matters to the platforms that hosted it. And one day, it may matter most to the child who lived through it. This archive is not entertainment. It's protection. And it begins here. August's Twitter account has posted thousands of times mocking a toddler named Chrisean. These posts target his appearance, development, and behavior, often using slurs, animal comparisons, and exaggerated language. That's not commentary, it's cruelty. Chrisean is a baby. He's learning how to move, speak, and respond to the world. Every child develops differently, especially in stressful environments. Mocking his survival traits, like how he walks, cries, or reacts, is not just mean-spirited, it's harmful. Calling him names like creature or mutant strips away his humanity. It turns a real child into a spectacle, and when thousands of people laugh, repost, and add their own insults, it becomes a cycle of public humiliation. His name is Chrisean. It carries meaning. It deserves respect. Using it as a punchline or twisting it into mockery is wrong. No child should grow up with thousands of strangers ridiculing their every move. This isn't about freedom of speech. It's about basic decency. Babies aren't content, they're people. And Chrisean deserves protection, not performance. Non-sexual child exploitation of a child's image, behavior, or presence is used for attention, influence, or profit without protecting their dignity, privacy, or well-being. It's not about physical abuse or sexual harm. It's about emotional, psychological, and reputational harm caused by public exposure. Okay, what it looks like: streaming a child during distress, tantrums, medical episodes, or emotional breakdowns, so viewers can react, comment, or share. Using a child to boost views, bringing them into chaotic live streams, adult drama, or unsafe environments to increase engagement. Mocking or diagnosing a child publicly. Commenters speculating about disabilities, delays, or health issues based on appearance or behavior. Turning parenting into performance, filming discipline, feeding, or medical care for entertainment or validation. Letting strangers surveil the child. Every movement, outfit, or expression becomes content for public analysis. Calling CPS as a spectacle, not to protect, but to escalate drama or validate online narratives. Using the child's trauma for clout, exaggerating suffering to provoke sympathy, outrage, or donations. Why is harmful? Well, the child becomes a prop, not a person. Their privacy is erased before they can understand what privacy is. Their development is interrupted by public pressure, mockery, and surveillance. Their trauma is recycled for views, likes, and attention. 1. Non-sexual child exploitation. Using a child's face, body, or likeness in memes, parody covers, and insect edits without consent is exploitation. It doesn't matter if it's satire. If the child is identifiable and mocked, it's actionable. 2. Defamation and harassment. Claiming Chrisean's teeth are ruined, his mother is trying to end him, or that he's a roach or burrito is defamatory. These aren't jokes, they're repeated, targeted attacks on a real child. 3. Platform liability. Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram are hosting content that mocks a toddler's survival, development, and periods. If they allow it to continue, they risk lawsuits for negligence and failure to protect false medical claims. Saying Chrisean will never see a dentist or has ruined teeth is speculative diagnosis that is illegal when used to shame or bait use. Moral violations. 1. Dehumanization. Turning a child into a cockroach, burrito, or mannequin in a coffin strips away his humanity. It teaches viewers that mockery is entertainment and survival is a joke. 2. Trauma cycling. Parodying a child called It with Chrisean's face is not commentary, it's spiritual violence. It turns real pain into spectacle and invites others to laugh at suffering. 3. Spiritual harm. Chrisean's name is sacred. His body is sacred. Using his image in death motifs, parody covers, and insect edits is a ritual of humiliation. It's not edgy, it's reckless. Chrisean is a baby. He deserves protection, not performance. Every meme, edit, and parody is a violation, legally and morally. This isn't content, it's cruelty. And it's time to stop. So, conclusion. I've been archiving not for myself, but for the child. Because if his parents ever choose to hold the platforms responsible, or if he chooses to one day, I want to make sure the valid, factual proof of the exploiting is preserved. When I'm finished, I'll make sure people around Chrisean get copies. And if she ever does a show I can get to, I'll bring one to her. The amount of hate that's been put out is crazy. But knowing that one day it's that hate that makes them multi-millionaires, because people are addicted to drama, it gives me satisfaction. You have nobody but yourselves to blame. This is not how you advocate for a child or a victim. Every image, every breakdown is part of a record that wasn't supposed to exist, but now does. It wasn't built for attention, it was built for accountability. For the day someone asks what happened, for the moment. We don't have to agree on everything. We can disagree about his health. We can disagree about his development. But we must agree on this. No child deserves to be exploited. What's happening online is not advocacy. It's not concern. It's spectacle and it's wrong. They've turned his name into a hashtag, his face into a meme, his survival into a storyline. And every time you watch, repost, or speculate, you feed it. This is not how you protect a child. This is how you perform him. So here's the line. Stop watching anyone who uses in pictures. Stop watching anyone who speculates on his health. Stop watching anyone who turns his life into content. Let the silence be the shield. Let the archives be the record. Let the child be protected. Because if we can't agree on his health, we must at least agree on his humanity.